Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. Today we're going to take a look at a Bant tokens list that I found on the Wizards site, actually. They posted some 5.0 MTG online list, and I don't remember the player who made this particular deck, but it was rather intriguing, as it kind of feels like a Selenia tokens list, but it's Bant. It's got Deputy Detention, it's got Dovin, Grand Arbiter, and it is very fun to play. I just recorded a couple of best of 3 series, and it was... honestly, it exceeded my expectations. Like, the games that I got, I think you guys are going to enjoy. They are quite juicy. I was searching for a proper term for it, but yeah, I'm going to go with that, juicy. A lot of stuff happens. A lot of cards go bananas, and it's a good time. Magic-wise, I guess. This is, like I said, a Bant tokens list, so it's built around Hero, Precinct 1. The idea is to have heroes supported with cards like Flower Flourish, Incubation, Incongruity, English, as your tutor cards for lands and creatures, and then you got the likes of Amara, Shana, you have Deputy Detention, Dovin, Trostani Discordant, and March of the Multitudes as your multicolored cards that trigger the Hero Precinct 1, alongside key removal such as Conclave Tribunal. Of course, Elephant, which is just really good for any sort of swarmy tactic, and the likes of Tide Taker for the control matchup as well. This is a swarmy tokens list, basically. You try to overwhelm your opponent with your board, but you have tools in the forms of Planeswalkers to not run out of steam when you face more control type matchups, and that is what the sideboard is for as well. We have 2 Baffling Ends, 4 Negates, 3 Crawl Harpooners, 2 Knight of Autumn, 2 Huatli Radiant Champion, and 2 Lyra Dawnbringer. Lyra Dawnbringer is mainly for the aggro matchups like Mono Red. Mono Red is making some sort of a resurgence in best of 3 in the shape of Gruul. Even though it's technically Mono Red with Cindervines in the sideboard, one of those decks made it to the top 8 of the latest event, the Mythic Championship, I believe it's called. And yeah, because that deck made it to top 8, a lot of people are net decking it, so there's a lot of mono red running around when it was kind of a bit forgotten for quite some time, you know, in place of mono blue tempo. But it's back with a vengeance, so Lyra Dawnbringer is good to put an end to those sort of tactics, and also the mono white weenie matchup as always. We have Huatli Radiant Champion, which I'm actually going to showcase off quite a bit in this video. To my surprise, because I have never played this Planeswalker before. You're going to see proof of that in this clip as well. But yeah, she's there for the control matchups, games that are going to drag out. She enables you to go for the +1 loyalty ability, which puts a loyalty counter on Huatli for each creature you control, and then enable the -8 ultimate ability, which gives you an emblem, which enables you to draw a card every time you play a creature. But not really when you play a creature. When a creature enters the battlefield in your control, so even with the Afterlife proc, this goes off as well. So yeah, very, very good Planeswalker for those sorts of matchups, and because she is multicolored, she's just synergized with the Hero Precinct 1, which is why, or at least one of the reasons why you see this Planeswalker right here instead of the likes of a Johnny, for example, right? We have 2 copies of Knight of Autumn for Nexus decks and also aggro matchups. Just a very flexible 3-drop in general that finds, you know, its utility in quite the difference of scenarios. Yeah, I had trouble expressing myself there. 3 Crawl Harpooners for the mono blue matchup mainly, as this is one of the best techs that green has for that matchup, as you can trade efficiently with the vast majority of their 1-drops except the Mystical Herald, as Crawl Harpooner will survive a fight with a Siren, it will survive a fight with the Pteramander, and it will trade as a 1-for-1 with the Jhin. All this by while at the same time bypassing the likes of Spell Pierce and also bypassing the likes of Negate. On top of that, we have 4 Negates for the control matchup and 2 Baffling End for aggro centered matchups right there. So yeah, that is the deck list right there. Like I said, I net decked this. Like I saw it on you know, the website, and I was, you know, I really liked what I saw, but I don't have the most experience playing this sort of deck. I'm not the best token player in general, so sometimes I get confused. Sometimes my brain doesn't work properly, and I go on from there. But it's very, very fun to play, and I got some good quality gameplay for you. So without further ado, have a solid day. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow with more. All right, let's go. with elephants and fun police. I'm running out of clever deck titles. I try, but I only got so much. So, yeah. Let's start the video with that. We're going against Vero, who shall be our first opponent. Now let's see what we got here. I mean, this is a pretty decent hand. I am kind of missing the forest for Imara, but I do have a turn 2 play in Tide Taker, and double Deputy Detention can be pretty key, especially if we're facing some sort of like high tempo list. So I'm gonna actually keep this hand, you know, what the game allows me to. There we go. And we're gonna lead off with the Tide Taker. And I seen that mountain. I am already suspicious of a mono red list, actually. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of these decks running around lately, both in like ranked and non-ranked. I'm gonna drop the Tide Taker though. So this is pretty interesting because the Deputy Detention can steal, you know, fun police these crabs in hordes as he goes for a Lava Quill right off the bat. So I could go for it now. I mean, looking at my hand, I think it's the most sensible play, since I can't drop Imara plus Incubation. We're gonna Fun Police the Growth Chamber Guardian, and we are gonna go on our way. He does not have a green mana. He has the Unclaimed Territory, but that cannot be used to proc the Adapt, or Trigger, or Activate, or English. So we're gonna stay right there. And me drawing this Hero Priest in 1 makes things very interesting, actually, especially right after he played the Goblin Chain Whirler. How do we do things here? I think we definitely drop Hero, and we play Incubation. And we cry every time because we find literally nothing, and send a green source of mana that we had on top of our deck to the bottom to just add insult to injury, and we got cucked there. We got Omega cucked. We're gonna take a hit here from Goblin Chain Whirler, because we have to. There is the green source of mana for my opponent. Draws have been countered to him, and I guess we still got the elephant. So technically we're still fun policing elephanting our opponent, but not the pace I want to set for this match, to say the least. And yeah, I think Growth Chamber Guardian can be quite annoying, so I'm gonna drop another Deputy Detention and then follow it up with a Lock Set on. I think I like this line of play. I don't want to take the Goblin Chain Whirler, because if I do lose Deputy Detention, then the Goblin Chain Whirler comes back and wipes out my board. Even though we are going to buff everything by 1 here. Boom, 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 boom. Everything. You get a +1/+1 counter. You get a +1/+1 counter. We are opera in this. I'm trying to narrate here, honestly. Like I've had a long morning. Yesterday, as you guys can tell, I missed my upload. It's been a hectic few days. Yeah, I'm just rambling nonsense at this point. But I mean, I tend to do that anyway, so it's nothing new, really. I like this play though. This is very, very high tempo. This applies a lot of pressure to the opponent. And he attacks, so I'm gonna go ahead and block the Goblin, just because the Chain Whirler has First Strike. So if he does have a Shock or a Lightning Strike, then at least this thing doesn't trade for free. He has another Chain Whirler, but that's fine. I still had a 1-for-1 trade, and I cannot draw a green source of mana, even if my life depended on it. There's a lot of mind games with these things because they have First Strike, but I have to trade into them. How devastating. I mean, yeah, losing these Deputy Detentions would be quite devastating. I have to trade into these. I think I'll just take it one at a time. I'll just make sure that this one dies. Okay, so that's 5 health. If he has a Collision Colossus, that is +4 attack. Which means that I need so much more to guarantee. I mean, I'm gonna trade with everything here. If he has a Collision Colossus, we're just gonna cry every time, honestly. The first strike here just makes trades so... Yeah. A lightning strike there. Definitely, absolutely ruined us. At least we do get our source of green mana. And we have to go with, let's just say his legacy here. At least now I got a 5/5. And I have to attempt to stabilize here a little bit. God damn it, these chain whirlers are a nuisance. I'm not gonna block with these two. I mean, I could block with these two. I'm not gonna block with these. So at least I'm gonna attack with these two. I gotta try to stay alive, but at the same time, like I want to protect my deputy detention here. That was a poor trade. I guess I should have risked. I mean, the problem is a Collision Colossus just won him the game, but it kind of won him the game there anyways, right? We are in trouble. Turns out Goblin Chain Whirler is a good card. Dude, I don't care anymore. I'm trading into this and this and this. Like, I'm getting rid of these fucking things. I killed one! Mama, I killed one! Okay, so this, I can use this to tap this for green, so I have a total of 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, because I want to use this to block. The question is, must I block at this point? Must I not just, no, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to start smacking him and trading with these. I gotta be aggressive. Okay, so we got 3, 4, so X is 4. Just smack him. Just put an end to this nonsense. And if he has a Chain Whirler, die. I just realized I mean, I have to be aggressive. I just played into a Goblin Chain Whirler. I mean, he's already played 2, which means he could easily have another one. I'm trying to justify my stupidity here, but I'm kind of failing at it. I just kind of lost patience a little bit here, and I jumped the gun, but never punished, because we are just that good at the game. We win that. Out of our booties, we win that. Okay, we're going to add in a couple of Baffling Ends, and the Lyra Dawnbringers, very, very important cards for this sort of matchup. How about Knight of Autumn? He's not aggressive enough for me to be ultimately concerned about this. Like, about his damage output, he's not mono red, which is what I'm trying to say here, right? And if I go for the life gain, I am vulnerable to Chain Whirler just, you know, shitting on me quite simply. So we're gonna keep the heroes, even though, you know, he has Chain Whirlers. We kind of have to live with that fact. We are kind of a Stormy tactic anyways. I don't like Dovin in this matchup. I think it's a little bit slow and just vulnerable in general. So we're gonna take it out. I do like the Loxodons, I do like the Tiny Discordant, the March of the Multitudes, Lyra Dawnbringer, like I said. Maybe I can tone down March at least once, as I do have a bit of a, you know, more costly late game here with the addition of 2 Lyras in the end. And Tide Taker really isn't as important here. Like, I could actually just take out Tide Taker for the 3-2. Because he could be running the, yeah, he could be running the Skargan Hellkite, and Crawl Harpooner, unlike Tide Taker, does not die to... But at the same time, Tide Taker also, like, leaves something behind. So I think this is... I think it isn't justified enough. And I'm going to keep it like this. Because I was thinking about Tide Taker going down to Goblin Chain Whirler, but Tide Taker does have Afterlife as well, so it's not even that bad of a trade for it. And I haven't seen, like, only Skarg and Hellkite would, you know, what's the word? Motivate me? No, it's I was thinking of like a more complex word, but my vocabulary is quite diminished at this point because it just is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it wasn't a good enough reason for me to do that. I'm gonna keep this in, as we do have a turn 1 incubation, which we don't necessarily need to go for, honestly. Because we don't want to take the extra damage. We're going to lead off with the Hallowed Fountain and call that a turn. Like I said, I don't want to take the extra 2. It can be a bit a difference between, you know, winning or losing in this matchup. And I don't know about you, but I can smell that Goblin Chain Whirler coming from a mile away. I'm not being pressured initially, so I'm not going to take extra damage. Because my opponent is at the bell of being a board here. He's not pressuring me, so I don't really gain much from accelerating. I'm going to take damage from this anyway, so I'd rather just set up the hero preset 1. I could take 2 damage just to ensure that I don't have to play this next turn. Yeah. Because I may need a little bit of speed here. Especially because this ensures that I can potentially play 2 Tide Takers next turn. It also triggers the hero preset 1, which means that if my opponent had removal like he did there, then at least I got some tempo out of her. Let's get you in here. Let's play Imara, because no matter what combination I go for, I can't play the Loxodon on this turn. But I can play Imara into Tide Taker. So I probably should be playing Tide Taker first before Imara, in case he has a Lightning Strike. But it's a shock, so it ultimately doesn't end up mattering. I gotta take the hit again. Taking a lot of damage, but at the same time, I mean, I'm taking a lot of damage. It's just as simple as that. I'm gonna play another Tide Taker here before I make my next decision, and then I could be playing the Ventilated Loxodon here, which I should. Yep. It's a good moment to play some elephants. These 2 Tide Takers means that if he has any sort of like Lightning Strike, any sort of instant, then he's going to be playing it on his turn. I don't really have to worry about him playing stuff on my turn. There is the perfect Conclave Tribunal target, just what I was waiting for. I want to play Shisei though first. Get her in there, and then we're gonna be playing some Tribunals. Let's tap you. Get this out of here. And smack him in the face with the elephant. Because we don't like him. He's a dick. Him, you know. Or her, not the elephant. We love the elephant. We also love Fun Police Boy! Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's do this. God, I'm good at this game. Alright, I could also March of the Multitudes, which I love the idea of, because you guys are... Okay. I guess Fun Police also works against us. Pretty dominant second game right there, and we're going to go ahead and forget about what happened in game 1 with me, you know, giving up that potential game 1 to the Goblin Chain Whirler that our opponent did not have. Because I am officially a Psychic, and I knew they didn't have it, so it was next level. Next level Magic the Gathering gameplay. As we go against Kados, we're 16 minutes in. Alright, let's get another one. You probably should have looked at the time before I clicked on another one. That was kind of like reflex. I'm going to keep this. We got the Flower Flourish and the Incubation, so we got tutors for both lands and creatures. Shock lands, which means we'll be taking damage, so if we're facing an aggressive deck, then we may have to slow down our curve. But we are going second, so we're going to get a glimpse of what we're facing here. But it's not stopping. Oh. I'm going first. Well, derp. Let's go ahead. I mean, we have a turn 2 play anyways. We don't need to incubation right now, but we do need to flourish, so let's flourish. Let's flower. Never mind. I'm gonna go ahead and take a forest, actually, since I do already have 2 sources of yeah, I have 2 sources of white, so why not 2 sources of green? I only have 1 source of blue, but there's nothing else I can do about that. I only run plains and forest, and you know, who needs that anyways? I'm not gonna reveal that just yet though, because I'm just gonna drop Tide Taker, as I could be facing some sort of Esper build, or it could be Orzhov. But he's playing a Forsaken Sanctuary, which is a basic version of a dual land. So that could mean he's just playing Orzhov, and he wants to make sure that he has the double land drop there. Regardless, I mean, if this is like some sort of Esper control, then Tide Taker is obviously a very, very good 2-drop to start off the game with, as we do slow down his counter spells by 1 turn, which is a big deal. A very big deal. And in this case, because we know he literally can't play anything, we're actually going to play our buddy Dovin. We're gonna go for the +1. And we are threatening our opponent with a -7 very, very soon. Obviously, I don't want a fun police, so we're gonna go for the incubation here. Try to search for another creature to pressure, and this is just the type of creature I want. Go for this again.
Constantly seek to innovate.
And next turn we can just go for the minus. Holy shit! I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've done this once. I was playing FIFA Sanity and I stole my opponent's Dovin, but as soon as I went for it, my opponent forfeited. Okay, there's the Cry of the Carnarium. He's definitely an Esper control build. There's a Drowned Kinnikuum. There's the source of blue mana. But holy shit, dude, this is just... I want to test the power of this. Okay, let's chillax. Let's chillax. What the hell? I haven't played a land this turn, so I definitely do want a land. So I'll be taking the Sun Petal Grove. Thank you. Then I want 2 cards. What 2 cards do I want? I have a Loxodon, I have a Deputy Detention. Oh my god, I have too many things. Decisions. This is Esper control, so I guess we want... I would take another Dovin, to be honest. Seems a little bit counterproductive, but... I mean, Tide Taker is also fantastic. Man, this is like actual, like... This is like... I'm like a cow with 2, you know, stacks of hay. I'm gonna take fucking I'm gonna take Tide Taker. And I'll curve out into this. I could have taken Hero and Dovin, but I think Tide Taker is always good in this matchup. Our opponent could just Kaya's Wrath, but that would be a 1-for-1 trade. Okay, so I want to try to play my boy Tide Taker here. I think he's definitely holding onto a counterspell. Ah, ha ha ha! Let's do this. My units just kind of like danced over to the other side for some weird fucking reason. What are you doing? My lineup is breakdancing on my opponent, Ultimate BM, and we just enabled Dovin again. Easy peasy. Okay. Well, that's kind of a party pooper. I mean, I don't want to risk this. Like, I may as well just do this. Because he could have a Vraska's Contempt or something next turn. So I want to make sure that I just keep refueling the hell out of my opponent with this. I'm going to take the March of the Multitudes. I'm going to take Tide Taker again. And I think I want to take the Hero Priest in 1 too. So I want to play Tide Taker here. He could have another Cry of the Carnarium. That's the problem with this. So I actually do want to... I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this. The reason why I go for this play is because I want to play around Cry of the Carnarium. It still does really good damage to me, but at least I preserve this board state here. So I'm going for this now. I mean, he's gone for 1 Cry and 1 Kaya's Wrath. Another Kaya's Wrath would do me in here. But we got to try. I went for Dovin's like twice. That is nutty. Oh! Oh, not bad. Oh shit, that was sexy. Alright, let's slap in those negates, shall we? Let's add in Huatli, Radiant Champion, because these games are going to drag out. Knight of Autumn also can be pretty good, because if he's running Search for Scantha, we can destroy it. If not, it's just a 4-3 for 3, which is really, really solid. What don't we need here? I mean, Dovin was the MVP of that game, just kept refueling me, which it was fucking crazy, to be honest. How about the incubation? What don't I need? Hero Priest in 1 put in a lot of work, though. The problem is he is playing Cry of the Carnarium, but we do have negates this time around. I need to get rid of 8 cards, though. I think Deputy Detention, definitely. It's a bit of a liability in this match. It doesn't really... I need proactiveness. What else? What else? If I slap in Knight of Autumn, what don't I want? I think Amara is a little bit... It's just too susceptible. Maybe as a one-off here. I mean, incubation, I can drop 1, to be honest. And honestly, maybe a Flower Flourish, since I do have 4 negates. I don't want to, like, take out more creatures, basically. I want to make sure that I have enough board presence. Let's go with this. I've taken a couple of tutors in Flower and Incubation. Since I've already taken quite a few creatures out as well. For Huatli here. We'll go with this. The negates are very important, obviously. This hand is definitely a keeper. As we do have Dovin on turn 3. Alongside Hero of Priest in 1. Though, I mean, I would be encouraged to play Tide Taker to prevent Dovin from getting countered. But we'll see what our opponent does. Okay. I mean, I gotta play the hero though. So I need the tempo. I need to capitalize on this as early as possible. Even though Tide Taker is... That's one of the awkward things about this deck. If I draw these 2 drops, like which one do I prioritize? Like in this matchup, technically, like Tide Taker will give us quite a bit of... I mean, the odds are he can't really... I don't want to commit 2 heroes because he has board wipes, so there's no point in doing that. I'm just gonna go with Dovin, honestly. He could negate us here, and then I'll be sad I didn't play Tide Taker. All right.
Whatever your plans, they're statistically not just a gadget, but ingenuity.
All right. Dovin is very key in this sort of matchup. I wonder what if maybe he had like, I'm not sure. Maybe he had some sort of removal, but he has a board wipe anyways. Basilica Bellhaunt. Okay. I need the land. Tide Taker is also too important. Conclave Tribunal is also too important. Hero is nice. I think Knight of Autumn is a little bit overrated in this matchup. Like, in this particular scenario, even though he blocks me quite well. I'm gonna take out the Knight of Autumn. I could just Conclave Tribunal this. If I play this and I Conclave Tribunal, I set up the Dovin for next turn. It's not really the greatest target to go for the Conclave Tribunal on, but I mean, to be completely fair, what would I? Yeah, I think Tide Taker is good. Because I do want some board presence, right? Though, to be honest, I don't need to add in any extra board presence. I can just do this.
My inventions bring joy to me.
Just because this enables me to go for Dovin's ultimate next turn without having to sacrifice him. So he still remains a threat. He must have a board wipe here. I'll drop that.
The array is complete and ready for inspection.
Definitely want the Huatli. The negate. And honestly the land. Well, the Flower Flourish, baby. Because I can cast it. And that way I proc the hero. I can search for a forest. The question is, do I go for the... I mean, he clearly has an answer here of some sorts. But I gotta... Like, I could play Tide Taker, but then I'm vulnerable to a board wipe. I'm gonna go with this. Unless he has a negate, he can't really counter this. He needs a negate. Or a syncopate. Otherwise, he can't react to this. Oh, there we go.
If I'm this song's hero, what does that make you?
Oh, no, wait. Never mind. I'll just go with this.
My strength is our strength.
I'll just defend. I mean, as long as Huatli sticks around, then basically I never run out of steam. I kind of derped. It's +6/+X, but I don't know why my brain said -X, kill this! I thought it was like Liliana. I'm not the most proficient Huatli player. But this, he has to react to this. Yeah, and we just block here. We just straight up block. Every day of the week. We chump block here. He can't Eldritch Reborn us. He needs something like a Vrasa's Contempt. And if he does not answer Huatli, the next turn we go for the ultimate, and we're going to town, boys. I'm going for all the ultimates here.
The better.
This is what the fuck is happening here. Yeah. I want to keep my negate open, honestly.
Not just a gadget, but ingenuity.
I'm gonna play Tide Taker. And now I draw a card. Yes, please. And we're gonna keep that negate open though. So we're gonna attack with everything else. This will buff up Dovin up to 5, and I'm just never under a Steam Boy. I just gotta be careful of not milling myself, but as long, you know, I think we'll kill him before that happens. I don't know, call me an optimist, but I think we'll be fine. I really wish I could just play Amara though, but I do want to have the negate enabled. If he does attack with Basilica Billhunt, okay, I can live with that. It counts that too. Oh my god, that is so good. You're never winning, man. Like, it's impossible with this. I mean, I'll just chump block this, because I'm all about that chump blocking, since, you know, no more time takers, so I can live without this bird, but I do sure like my Dovin. And I will negate that. Yeah, I definitely feel like negating that shit. I was gonna go for it a second time. Oh my god. Okay, that was a game that happened. Okay, the same game in which I tried to use Huatli to kill a unit, because, you know, I'm very, very good at magic, I promise. But that was fun. I honestly did not expect to showcase off all those things. Like, what the fuck? I went with the ultimate on Dovin and on Huatli. Honestly, that was the first time I used this Planeswalker. Literally the first time I used this Planeswalker, and I get to go for the ultimate. Oh, that was hilarious. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily MTG content. Hope you're enjoying the videos. And again, sorry for the lack of upload yesterday, but from this point onwards, I will keep it daily. And that's all I gotta say. Have a whole day. I'll see you guys around.